Hey, what is going on, everybody? You already know. It is 9:30. It is Wednesday night. It's the 215 Boys. My name is Paul Spencer.
Cowboys showstopper Dave White. What's up, baby?
Hey, guys, listen, tonight we got a packed show for you. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Get your popcorn ready. Kick your feet up. Get ready because we're about to talk Cowboy Nation. The draft is pre-draft tomorrow night. So we'll be back in 1 minute, 30 seconds, 1 minute here. Kick the show off. We'll be right back. Get ready.
Later.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're back. Hope you got your popcorn ready, your drinks ready. Like I said, my name is Paul Spencer. That is my co-host, Dave Yarnell, the showstopper. Dave, how are we feeling tonight, man?
Good, big man. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm a little cold up here. It's about 39 degrees, freezing my butt off here. But, everything's all good. I'm blessed to be alive and, still being a Cowboy Nation fan here. But, Dave, man, tomorrow night the draft is kicking off. The NFL draft is finally here. We've been waiting on this thing. We're sitting prized at 24. Not the greatest spot, not the worst spot in the NFL draft. But how are you feeling going into this draft, Dave?
Bro, I don't know what I'm feeling right now, to be honest with you. What is this team doing? What are we doing? We didn't do anything in free agency. I have no idea what this team's going to do at this point in time. I'm so lost. Our quarterback, I don't even know if we have a quarterback next year because he hasn't signed anything yet. Our owner doesn't know what he's doing. He's lost, 80-some years old. He has no clue what's going on. His son has no clue what's going on. What is wrong with this team? I have no idea. Tomorrow is going to be – I have no clue. I really don't know.
Well, Dave, it's been almost 30 years now since we've been saying the same thing, exactly what you said there. What are we doing? Why are we not doing this? What is wrong with this team? Elite roster top to bottom. Playoff victories, very sparse in the last 2 or 3 years here, especially with the team we had. But Dave, going into the draft here, there's one comment that I really want to say real here, and Eddie actually hits it right on the nail. No money going into this draft. How do we feel about that first and foremost?
Yeah, Eddie, I hear you. No money. I don't know. I mean, I if we can't pay our top prospects, how are we going to pay these guys? These guys coming up in the college draft? I don't know. I have no idea.
The funny thing, Dave, I know it's not our team today, but you look at the Detroit Lions today, okay? Hell, they went 0-16 quite a few years back. They made the playoffs this year. They're finally, kicking everything around. Dave, they spent almost $230 million today. Almost.
I heard they gave Amon St. Brown a big 4-year deal today. Did I see that right?
Yeah, he got a huge deal, $30 million, and Penny Sewell got his deal as well, and that's almost $160 million guaranteed on the table for both of these guys. But, Dave, before we get into the draft, that St. Brown signing kills the Cowboys for this offseason and next year most likely.
Sure it does. Why, because of our wonderful receiver of CeeDee Lamb, just going to up the ante with the money he's going to want. Sure.
Quite a few years back, Dave, when everybody said you signed Dak first, well, it helped us out in the beginning because you signed Dak first to a lucrative contract, setting the market, and then other quarterbacks fell into place, signing a longer deal, a bigger deal, a more financial deal. But it came back to bite us now. Dak is going to sign a deal after Burrows, after Mahomes, after all these top quarterbacks out there, Lamar. Is he worth it? I don't know, Dave, but just like this, CeeDee Lamb is basically setting the market now for what Amon St. Brown got, $30 million a year. We know CeeDee Lamb is a lot better than that, Dave. We know that. So $30 million there. If I'm Lamb, I'm going into the office and kicking my shoes off, just like we told the viewers to come on here to do. I'm going in Jerry Jones' office saying, St. Brown got $30 million. Look at his catches. Look at my catches. Well, I want $31 to $33 million, Dave. The leverage is in his court.
We know what Jerry always says, deadlines make deals. And we've seen him do that in the past, but this is not the Jerry Jones that we are used to seeing 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm. True.
It's such a different story. We're saying we're all in. What does all in mean? To me, it doesn't mean a thing because you're not doing anything to go all in. I just can't understand what the deal is with that. But
In 30 years, I'm still trying to understand what I've looked it up on a dictionary. I've looked up their Webster's, thesaurus, everywhere I can look up this word all in. And all I see is better luck next year. That's all I see. If you're
yeah, I've been seeing the same thing. It's really getting annoying to a point where everybody's getting tired of hearing, Jerry just talk and talk and talk, and nothing's coming out of his mouth, but just yakky to yak.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's going to be interesting. But going back to the St. Brown thing, yeah, I mean, if I'm Lamb, I'm thinking if he's making that, I got to be 10, at least 2 times, 3 times what he's making.
Yeah, I'm probably looking between $31-33 million a year.
I mean, and I'm okay with that. I mean, Lamb's definitely worth it. He's a great receiver. He's proven over the years. I mean, my God, he's a Pro Bowl receiver. We know that. But my thing is, with my quarterback, I mean, what's the deal? I mean, I don't know. I mean, they just picked up the option on Parsons, if I'm not mistaken. If I just heard that,
that's a $21.5 million option.
Okay, that's cool. I guess that's a good thing, right?
You had to. You had to. You can't let him walk next year.
Right. Exactly. Can't let him walk. Exactly. He's a big part of it. Yeah, of course. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, we just have to roll with the punches, and hopefully the Joneses do what they want to do and do it right, because it doesn't look like that good right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, Eddie brings up the comment here. Jerry's the reason why there is no money. Dave, we go back to past here when we started making the turnaround for the Dallas Cowboys. Remember when that certain person, Zeke Elliott, goes to Cabo and says, "I'm not willing to play for this amount of money." Running on the beach back and forth in Cabo. He had Jerry Jones write that check right then and there, even before everything started, and banked him up big time. Wasn't worth the money.
That certain person I keep hearing may be coming back.
Yeah, well, I'm not worried about that right now.
I just got a notification on my phone saying he's coming back. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, we heard that. We've heard that one, but there's no money to pay anybody, Dave. Your rookie contracts go between $8 million to almost $12 million a year for your first 7 rounds. Well, Dave, there's $2.7 some million left on the cap space for the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. And I don't know if you're going to where you're located. If you're down south, Bucky's down there. We have Sheets and Loves. I don't know if you're going to go there and get a player to come here and sign for $100,000, because that's all we can afford right now, Dave. Yeah,
that's what pretty much what it looks like.
But what is the reason why we can't afford anybody, Dave? What's that guy's name? Dak Prescott?
Yeah, well, it's funny you should say that, because I heard Dak not too long ago say, he doesn't have to be the highest paid quarterback. He's okay with that. Do I believe that? No, I don't.
Okay, well, then on the other hand, why did he say I can't live off $40 million a year?
Well, he said that. I know, but sometimes you say things you don't mean, But I mean, it just looks to me that the Cowboys are all in on Dak, and that's what's going to be. Because that's what I just keep hearing. I mean, Dak's our guy. We love Dak. Well, if Dak's your guy so much, you got to pay him.
Dave, paying him is one thing, but getting you some trophies, and I'm not talking participation trophies. I'm not talking NFC East trophies. I'm not talking an NFC Championship trophy. I'm talking about one trophy that matters, and that's the Lombardi Trophy.
Yeah, I know.
Worth this money, Dave, because right now, you know what? Hey, I'd rather have a quarterback. Let's talk about Brock Purdy coming off still a second year in his deal here. Mr. Irrelevant, Dave, coming in here, barely making $1 million a year and getting you to the Super Bowl, getting you to the conference championships every year. And we're paying Dak Prescott $45 million a year, and he wants more money. Based on what are we looking at?
Well, he's owed 55 after this season's over.
Made it worse. You just made it worse for me, Dave. 55.
Well, I'm just saying it's 55. It's either 40. I think it's 55. I get it. But here's the thing. I mean, okay, so you're carrying 3 quarterbacks. I mean, is Trey Lance your guy? I don't know about that. Cooper Rush your guy? I don't think so. I think you got to go with Dak, and you just got to pay him and roll the dice. That's why I look at it.
So you're willing to keep, before we get into the draft, you're willing to keep Dak Prescott at, let's say, $50 to $55 million a year, and you're okay getting to maybe a playoff win and just saying, okay, we'll get better next year.
Well, if I'm winning 12 games every year, I'm going 12-5. I don't think I have much of a choice.
I do. Get rid of him and start over, rebuild it cheap.
So you're just going to rebuild, and yeah, I get it, but no.
How many years has he been? How many years has he been in the league now?
8 years.
Sort of like his. He's not the contract guy of Kirk Cousins, but Kirk finds a way not to win playoff games, but gets money. Correct? That's Dak Prescott.
A lot of quarterbacks do that. Well, you know that.
I don't play for participation trophy. This
well,
to me, Dave.
If that's the case, I mean, then Sam Bradford has the best agent on the block. Then I mean,
No,
think about it.
that was because the rookie contract that they set up, they changed after he got drafted. Sam Bradford
Yeah,
out of Oklahoma.
yeah, but Samuel Sleeves always found out he always got money somewhere somehow.
What do you
I
mean he
mean,
always got money? He only got one lucrative contract. That was his rookie deal, basically.
wait a minute. Is it Sam Bradford I'm thinking of, or somebody else? I can't think
Sam
of it.
Bradford got his money in the college draft coming out of Oklahoma. They changed the rule after he got drafted of a rookie sliding scale.
There's a few quarterbacks out there that I know got paid pretty good money that didn't do anything. So
No, it wasn't Bradford though.
I'm sure it was.
No, Bradford wasn't.
Sammy Sleeves?
Sam Bradford out of Oklahoma did not.
Sammy Sleeves. The player played for the Eagles.
He didn't get a big contract from them. He got his big contract from the NFL draft.
I could have sworn he was with other teams and got paid.
Nah, I don't believe so. But you know what? Hey, we're talking about Dak Prescott here, and he's not worth it. To me, this year is one word to me. It's an audition right here. You know, if I'm Jerry Jones, I'm sitting there. You know what? Hey, you want to go out your contract this year? Go ahead. The only reason you want a contract is you.
But what's to audition? I mean, we know what Dak can do. We know what Dak's about.
Yeah, it's called in the playoffs, big time every year.
12-5 in the season.
It's what?
12-5 in the 3 seasons straight.
Okay, 12-5, and you're a first round exit every year. You're the laughing stock of the NFL. We got Dallas. We can beat them.
You have a solid backup in Cooper Rush who can give you 5 or 6 games if Dak goes down. We've seen that before.
Well, that's fine with me, but I'm talking about Dak Prescott here. If he's healthy, he should be
okay. And you're going to see a lot of Trey Lance in the preseason. I guarantee you that.
And that's an audition for other teams because you're not going to keep him and pay him $20 million next year.
Okay, so if that's the case, then just get rid of Dak at the draft and call it a day.
Who's going to take his contract, Dave? Who's going to buy his contract?
The Raiders are looking interested in him.
You're stuck at a $45 million contract, Dave, for this year, just to even play this year. And then
I'm saying the Raiders are interested in him. So I mean,
okay, well, let him go there. But here's the deal, Dave. If I'm a GM for another team and I say, okay, you know what? Here's the block. You want Dak Prescott? You got to take his contract, $45 million off the bat. It's a dead cap space of $30 million for us anyway. No matter what, we lose $30 million off of it. I'm not trading it anywhere because he's the best option I have. I'm letting him play out this year. If you don't get me to a NFC Championship game, you know what, Dak? You ain't worth $45 million.
Okay. Let's put it this way. Say they don't sign Dak. They let him finish the season out. He plays his ass off.
Okay. What do you mean playing your ass off?
Okay, plays his ass off, wins the playoff game, gets the NFC Championship game. What do you do?
Then it's a little bit different deal, depending on how he plays.
Say Dak play. Yeah. Okay. Say he throws 39 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, like he did last year.
I don't care if he throws.
Okay. Say they go 12-5 like they did last year. Say they win 2 playoff games, knowing he's not playing for another contract next year and plays his ass off, gets us the NFC Championship game. Then what do you do?
We'll talk about it then.
We'll talk about it. You know what? And if that's the case, and if they don't do that, and that happens, I guarantee that's what's going to happen. If Dak's going to play his butt off, I bet he does.
Well, you know what? We'll see. Time will tell. We know he has an elite.
Because quarterbacks do that, knowing they're playing for a contract, they will play better. That's what they do.
This is Dak Prescott. Different evil eye here.
Dak Prescott had something to fall back on. Now he doesn't.
What do you have to fall back on?
He had another year or 2 in his contract. What's the matter? I mean, now there's nothing. Now he's playing just a year if he's done. I mean, think about it.
He's not worth the contract to me.
I'm not. Okay, fine. To you, that's one person.
Hey, Cowboy Nation, if you're out there, please, I'm going to put on
But
Twitter.
Cowboy Nation, if you are 12-5, 3 straight years in a row that your quarterback got you through 39 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, was a backup to the MVP last year, it's got to tell you something.
Yeah, it tells me he's a fraud. Are you playing? Let me ask you something. You're 12-5 record every year, and you're suffice with that.
I'm not. Yeah, I am, because at least I know I'm going to the playoffs. At least I know I'm winning the division. I'm good. So here's the thing.
So you'd rather win a division and get bumped in the first round.
So I'm playing my ass off next year with no contract ahead of me because the Joneses aren't going to pay me. I'm going to go get my $55 million and call it a day. I'm going to work my butt off. Somebody's going to want me next year. I'm going to take the Cowboys to the NFC Championship game.
Well, time will tell. But Dave, you're okay with winning a division and getting booted by a wild card team that really had no business being there at home.
Hey, sometimes luck just goes different directions. Sometimes for the Green Bay, they had a good day. It happens.
Well, it seems like Dallas has had the last 30 years of bullshit. Then pretty much
we were 15-0 at home until that game.
Doesn't matter. You got out in the first round, being a 2 seed at home.
I get it.
Dak is not worth the contract. If you don't get to an NFC Championship game and actually show something, and I'm not talking about getting there and getting blown out. I'm talking about continuing, progressing all year long, being steady and progressing is fine with me. But if you don't get me to that land there, you're not worth it.
Okay, so is Trey Lance going to get you to that promised land? No.
Why is Trey Lance going to get there? If the guy is going to be the backup, it's going to be Cooper Rush.
Is Cooper Rush going to do that for you?
I'm pretty sure he could.
Is Cooper Rush going to win 12 games for you next year?
With that team last year, I think Cooper Rush could have gone 12-5. Honestly,
you are sick. That's something wrong.
How am I sick? How am I sick?
Because there's no way Cooper Rush is going to win 12 straight games. That's not going to happen.
Did you honestly think he was going to go 4-1 when Dak went out?
Honestly, yeah, I did.
Okay, so why can't he go 12-5 then? You're not arguing.
He's not that guy.
What's the difference between Dak and Cooper?
He did what he had to do, knowing when his quarterback was at. He got it done.
What's the difference between Dak and Cooper on the field?
What's the difference?
Yeah. Except $45 million a year.
Dak's got a better arm.
He has a better arm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what does Cooper have? Cooper doesn't have a deep ball, a good ball?
I didn't say he doesn't, but it's not as good as Dak, though.
Okay, so what does Cooper do better than Dak?
Well, Cooper sees the field better. I'll give you that.
That's a big thing, isn't it?
I guess so. But Dak can run, Dak can throw.
When you read down your number one progression and you get CeeDee Lamb 100 catches a year, and when Cooper Rush was in the game.
If that was the case, then Cooper would be the number one starter and Dak would be 2.
It's all called Jerry Jones. You got to pay your boy money, right?
No, it's called your head coach. It's not Jerry Jones.
It's Jerry Jones.
It's Mike McCarthy. McCarthy makes that decision.
I doubt that one. I doubt that one.
Okay.
I doubt that.
I doubt
that. But Dave, here's the bottom line for me. I know you're different than I am. I don't play for participation trophies.
I'm not playing for a participation trophy. I'm just thinking ahead. I mean, think about it.
But you're the one said 12-5. You're okay going 12.
Which I was 3 years in a row.
Okay, I mean, shouldn't you? Okay, you go 12-5. Well, this year, Dave, they hate to say it, but we regressed this year. We won a playoff game last year, correct? And then this year, what happened? We regressed in the first round, being the 2 seed.
Okay. We did
regression versus progression, correct?
Okay. Yeah. Well,
I remember when we first did this show about a year and a half ago. You said to me there was a stepping stone.
I did. Division. I said that.
Next year you win a playoff game. Next year you win a second round playoff game. Next year you win the NFC Championship game, and then 5 years from that time, for the first year, we will be Super Bowl champions, right?
True.
Well, we took.
But then again, there's 3 words. There's 3 words. Just 3 words.
Any given
Sunday. Any given Sunday.
Well, there's 17 Sundays, Dave. We played 18 Sundays last year, okay? And all that matters is that last Sunday where we came
in with a cocky attitude, knowing we were the number 2 seed, and it blew up in our face. It happens.
Well, who does that start with? Who does that start with on the field?
Start with the head coach.
Who's it going to on the field? They can't play. Mike McCarthy can set all the mojo like you wanted to at Hard Knocks. He can set the mojo, but once you're on that field, who is the captain of your team who sets that tempo for the entire offense?
That would be your quarterback and your defensive and your captains. I get it.
When you go down 21-0 in the first quarter, there was no mojo, there was no moxie, and there was no. We are better.
Okay, but so all that's Dak's fault, right?
He's a motivator. He's a $50 million quarterback.
Okay, so the defense giving up 21 points is Dak's fault.
We didn't talk about the defense. We're talking about offense. That's why I said the 11 guys on offense.
Okay.
On defense, it should be Micah Parsons. And you know what? Hey, he didn't show up either.
No, he did not. Nobody showed up in that game, and just as well as I do.
Well, we're talking
all right, let's go. We have a draft tomorrow, guy. Let's go.
Before we get let's get into our comments real quick. Got a lot of comments. Eddie's chiming in here. He's letting us know.
You guys can see us argue, and this is what we do. But this is Cowboy Nation.
Linda checks in. Hey, Linda, how you doing?
Linda, what's up, girl?
Eddie says Dak has to make it to the Super Bowl. I agree with that 100%. He has to do that. Dave, it's rude to talk with your mouth full. That's what Linda's saying there.
I was chewing. I had hey, it was a Girl Scout cookie. Give me a break. I haven't eaten all day.
Dak doesn't have it in him. I agree with that one. Let's see. It's all about we don't need a quarterback who's a contract guy 100%. It's all about the playoffs. Agree. Dak is a failure. I wouldn't call him a failure. I would just call him overrated.
I wouldn't say a failure. I mean, come on.
I would use keyword overrated right now. Overrated to me. Dak doesn't have it in him. I haven't seen it yet. If he has it, he got to pull it out. It wasn't luck. It was Dak being a failure. Not sure what that was.
How is Dak being a failure? I don't get that.
Well, you play for one thing in the NFL. It's a Super Bowl trophy.
Doesn't every quarterback do that?
Rush would have won 12 games. I kind of agree with that one, honestly, with the team that he had last year.
I disagree with that.
Cooper is smarter than Dak. I completely agree with that one. Dak has a lower IQ. I agree with that one as well. From a standpoint of progression, reading the tree, I mean, your wide receiver routes and knowing the concept. To me, I'll go with that question right there real quick, Dave, before we get into the draft. I do agree with that, what Eddie's saying there, of course, because Mike McCarthy made this offense so simplified, made this West Coast offense the most simplified offense in the world, and Dak has trouble finding hot routes. How many times do we see an offside ball blitzer, and Dak still goes to the weak side, throwing the ball, I'm sorry, the strong side, throwing the ball not against the blitz, but opposite side of that. That is not a fundamental quarterback right there. You go with what he wants to be aggressive, go ahead. Be aggressive on me. I'll take the aggressiveness right out from you. I'll play a 10 on 11 football.
So I guess 39 touchdowns doesn't do anything, right?
It doesn't do anything for me because I'm still not holding a fake
I
Lombardi
guess
trophy in my corner.
only 9 picks after he had, 18? What was it? How many picks did he pick the year before?
So what you're saying is it's okay not to win, but it's okay for Dak to have every individual award in the world. But as Cowboy fans out there, we don't get anything. All we get is to see Dak say, I'm worth $60 million a year. When the Cowboy fans out there, the real people that watch this team, support this team, have nothing to show for it.
Did Romo get us to the promised land? No.
We're talking about Dak Prescott
here. I'm just going back in the past. You can sit there and talk about Dak all you want. Did Romo get us to the promised land? No, he did not.
What was the last quarterback that got us there? Troy Aikman,
got to be right? Troy Aikman. Yep.
Okay, what's been 30 years?
How many quarterbacks have we gone through the 30 years that we've been, and the best quarterback that we've had in those 30 years has got to be either Romo or Prescott. Take your pick.
Okay, well, we're not talking about Romo. We're talking about a guy that's on our team that we're stuck with this year, that wants money, that doesn't deserve the money based on his performance in the back half of the season here. You don't agree with that?
No, I don't.
Well, God, Dave, I'll tell you one thing. Thank God you're not the GM, because every player in the world, based on, hey, you're doing great, you're throwing 39 touchdowns and 9 picks, you deserve $100 million a year. We would be,
I'm not saying he deserves that. But I'm saying at least, give him. You're guaranteed. Give him a 3-year deal. I'm okay with that.
You think
unless you get somebody, unless they go get somebody in the draft. I mean, I don't know. I'm not seeing that.
Well, based on Dak Prescott, that we can't, renegotiate a contract to back end it. You look at all these other teams. Hell, you look at, I'm hate to say it, but you look at the Eagles, the smartest GM in the world is Howie Roseman. Signs. Why is he not? Why is he not? He's not the smartest GM in the world.
Okay, he is. You're right. He is.
He's back-ending contracts to pay. You have AJ, you have Devontae, you have 3 offensive linemen banked for the next 5 years, and you're still $20 million below the cap space.
Okay.
That's a smart-ass GM to me. You know what I mean? But, all right, let's get into some of the comments here really quick before we get into here. He is smart. I mean, you wouldn't want Howie Roseman as your GM. Hell, I would go down there and I would be his butler. If he has a dog.
Okay, so you want an AJ Brown who's a locker room terror. You want him? Okay, have fun with that.
Yeah, Dave.
Have fun with that. Have fun with that.
Okay, I would. I really would. But we're talking about one player here. We're talking about contracts, Dave. How he backends Lane Johnson.
You want a Saquon Barkley who plays great in the first beginning of the season and dies in the end. Okay, you want him? Okay, great. Take him.
But Dave, here's the funny thing. He builds teams. He builds teams, Dave, and
have fun.
Dave, you're not listening though. You don't.
I am listening. I'm telling you what I'm saying.
I don't understand. Do you understand the salary cap? I'm just asking you.
Offhand? Should I?
You're a fan. You should know. You should understand it. Back-ending contracts is what the NFL is about. You have to back-end money, giving contracts out there, not guaranteed money up front to every player out there and being handcuffed by these players. You have to back-end contracts. That's how the Eagles are signing everybody under the sun. Going out and getting this player, going out, getting a Huff, signing him in free agency, contracting him, getting his contract. Lane Johnson, okay? Who was Landon Dickerson, got his contract. Devontae Smith got his contract.
They didn't give Hassan Reddick what he wanted.
Okay, well, you know what? That's called a business decision. Hey, he gave you 13 sacks shift here. You know what? You want 2 money?
Yeah, you had a good defensive player. You didn't pay him.
So based on what you look at is based on last year's records. You had a great year. I love you. I'm going to bring you back. To me, it's business, because if you know what, you have a good year, you don't want to willing to contract that money to bring in other players. Different. You brought up the name Tony Romo, correct?
Correct.
How many times did he take a pay cut to bring other players in, Dave?
Offhand, I don't know.
Many, I can count at least 5 times, Dave.
Yeah,
Went back into that contract, renegotiated the entire contract to bring players in.
Okay.
To give them a better shot. Dak, I don't give a care you don't bring this guy in. I want my money. That's the way he is. It's not going to work in this year. Eddie says, look how Cooper Rush played in Kellen's more offense. I agree with that. He reads it better. Ken Fry says, Dave, a Raiders Twitter page posts a hypothetical move for Dak. That doesn't mean the Raiders' interest. I don't see how they can be, because here's the thing. You have to pay him. We'll eat $25 million of that contract. Your Raiders will be on hand for $20 million. Here's the deal. Let's say Dak balls out like you said. Well, that could be the worst possible scenario for the Raiders if he does or if he doesn't, because they have to pay the next biggest contract in NFL history to Dak Prescott. What if he doesn't ball out? I don't know. I mean, you can understand he can do something. He can. I mean, you never know, but it's.
I mean, if I had to be a realist, I think the Cowboys will pay Dak. I'll give him a 3-year deal. I think that's still on the table. I really do.
Okay, you're looking at probably, let's talk, before we get this, we're talking about 3 years. Let's say $50 million. Let's put it at $50 million.
I was going to say 45.
I don't think he will. With all the contract signing right now, I think he's going to at least want $50 million. So let's say 3 years, $150 million. You're probably looking at $120 million guaranteed. That's a ridiculous contract for a guy that has not getting you out of the first round of the playoffs.
Okay.
That's just me.
How's Kirk Cousins doing these days?
I'm not worried about any other team. I'm worried about the Dallas Cowboys in purgatory hell here, where we can't get out of the first round.
So Kirk Cousins, let's see, Washington, Minnesota. Now he's with what?
I don't understand why you bring up other quarterbacks.
Because he's making that kind of money. It's what Dak is doing the same.
Dave,
come on.
Let me ask you something real quick. Is Jerry Jones paying the Minnesota Vikings, the Washington Commanders, the Atlanta Falcons deal? No, he pays the Cowboys deals. That's all he does. I could care less about what other players get. I mean, that's just me. I could care less. I'm not paying the bills. I look at the books and say, you know what, this is what we have. This is what we can do, what we can't do.
Yeah, Kirk keeps making that money, doesn't he?
Doesn't matter, though, what he's making. I'm not
talking. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Kirk making it, but it doesn't matter if Dak's making it. What's the difference?
Is Kirk Cousins on your team?
It doesn't matter.
It's
still the same situation.
Oh, my God, Dave. Are you kidding me? I don't know what you're drinking tonight, but I don't care about other players on their teams. I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys, Dave. I don't care who's on the other teams. I talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Kudos to one person with Kirk Cousins. The one person I say kudos to him, not Kirk Cousins, is freaking agent. That's who I talk about. Okay? But we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys here. Dak Prescott. You make your money elsewhere, that's totally fine with me. I could care less.
From what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing and what I keep hearing from the Joneses and from Dak, things are going to be fine. Him and Jerry are on the same page. He's going to get paid. It's going to happen.
Well, I'm glad you rephrased that word, all in. I'm glad you read it and said all in, because until I see a championship or at least an NFC championship appearance, man, I don't know. It's going to be a long year. And here's the other thing. Romo never had the talent that Dak had. That is very true as well. Okay. You're telling me, okay, Dave, this could be another show. Because
DeMarco Murray, he had two good receivers. And, Terrence Williams.
Terrence Williams was a scrub.
He had T.O.
One player. You have CeeDee Lamb, right? He never did. He ever have a defense? Did he have a defense though? Did Romo have a defense?
Yeah, the best tight end in the NFL, Jason Witten.
Did Romo have a? He had never had the best tight end. Witten was on his downfall at that point. He was
not with Tony. He wasn't.
The hell he wasn't. He was a security blanket. He was a security blanket for Tony Romo.
Okay.
God, I wish everybody. We have 87 live viewers. I wish
DeMarco Murray routing him to the ground.
Oh my God, Dave! All right, we got to move on because I can't. I'm going to lose my mind. Kenny says, Eddie, Mark Davis was hired a football guy to make football moves because he is not in tune like Al was. Eddie says Dak is only worth $30 million a year, tops. Vikings might get desperate to take Dak. I don't think so. I don't think they will. If they do,
I don't see Minnesota doing that.
Make me a trade right now. The Eagles made a Super Bowl.
You hate Dak. Why do you hate Dak so much?
Because Dave,
what is your deal?
Here's the deal.
Why do you hate Dak Prescott so much? What do you have against the guy?
Here's the problem.
Because he can't get you to the NFC Championship game?
Oh, my God.
Is that why you're pissed at him?
There's a difference between me and you, Dave. You play for one thing, a participation trophy. Me, I play for the promised land, the Lombardi trophy, okay? I don't care, Dave, if you're not the best host. And you know what
do you have against Dak Prescott is my question. Answer it.
Can he get to the Super Bowl?
He sucks.
No.
He's terrible.
Dave, are you in love with the guy? Do you have a man?
No, I'm not. But I'm being realist here. What do you have against Dak?
What has he done?
What do you have against Dak is my question. What?
Dave,
what is your deal against Dak?
You know what? Move on, Dave. I can't deal with this. You. I'm serious. Let's go on to the
phone. No, you can't answer the question. That's not my fault.
Dave, because you have a man crush on Dak Prescott. What do you?
I have no man crush on Dak. I'm just telling you I like the way he plays.
Shut up. You like the way he plays, right? What has he done for you, Dave? What has he won for you, Dave? What has he won for you? I bet in your room you got posters of Dak Prescott saying MVP, NFC East champions. Me, I don't have shit like that. What I look at is right behind me. Super Bowl champs. With Dak Prescott, you're never getting there at all. You play for participation trophies.
At least I got a shot.
You got a shot.
At least I know I got a shot. At least I know I'm going to make the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, I bet you. You know what, Dave? I'll bet you right now. I bet you this. You don't do the show in the entire season next year if Dallas doesn't make the playoffs, because you won't be on the show next year. I'll tell you that. They are not making the playoffs this year.
Bro, it is what it is.
Very truthful. Dak is overrated, Dave.
You know as well as I do that they will make the playoffs with him behind center. You know this.
Let's place a friendly bet between Cowboys fans right now. What do you want to do?
You don't think he's going to make the playoffs next year?
Nope.
Okay.
So what do you think? A 12-5 again, Dave?
Could be a 10-6 wild card for all I know.
You can't go 10-6 or 17 games.
Okay, 10-7, 11-6. Sorry, my fault. 11.
It's not going to get into the playoffs with what these teams are doing right now.
Okay.
But anyway, Dak just gives me a participation trophy. That's all he gives me. He gives me heartache and heartbreak every year. I can't deal with the guy. I wish he was out of here. Let me get to the comments real quick.
You want him gone so bad, it's unbelievable.
Dave, you know what? I'd rather rebuild with the person that's going to actually show some heart and get this team where they go and progress. Not
okay. Then I guess Trey Lance is the guy. Then
why do you have a man crush on Trey Lance too?
I don't mind if you're so want to get rid of Dak. Who else do we have left?
Here's the
deal. I guess it's going to be the Trey Lance show.
See, here's the deal. You don't listen to what I say at all. Okay.
So it's going to be the Trey Lance show.
Dave, oh my, I don't know what you're drinking in down there in the Schuylkill water down there. I have no idea about in Philly, but here's the deal. Nobody said get rid of Dak this year. Nobody's going to take that idiotic contract.
This is true.
Plus, he's going to audition for this year, and you're going to have to pay him for another team if he balls out. You know what? To me, let him play out. I don't care. We're stuck in hell right now. You have to let Dak play out this entire year, okay? Like I said, if he gets to the NFC Championship, not wins it, but shows me something.
Without a contract, without that contract, and he does it, then what?
See, once again, I don't understand if you're listening to what I'm saying. I'm talking if he gets there, then we talk contract, Dave.
Keyword if.
No contracts are talked to this guy until he gets me to the NFC Championship and shows me something. I'm not talking like the game last year in the wild card, getting blown out 21-0, where you have an obsolete defense, an elite defense, elite offense, and you can't score at all. We'll talk about that when he gets there, but he won't get there because of the fact that he is a one-guy wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb. That's all I'm going to say. He's not going to get you there. And Trey Lance, no, he's not the answer. To me, the answer right now would be Cooper Rush, because you know why? He plays a progressive offense where he looks downfield. He takes what the offense gives him. If it's quick, he takes it. If it's a short screen, he takes it. He doesn't eye down one wide receiver and say, God, I got to get CeeDee the ball. I got to get CeeDee the ball. Nope. Who's open? Who gets the ball? Who played that way? Tony Romo, correct? All right, let's get to the comments because we got to.
All right, Skip Bayless. I hear you. Come on, here we go.
Don't ever call me Skip Bayless. That is a fucking idiot out there. Don't ever call me Skip Bayless.
Well, he's Cooper Rush guy.
See, the difference is I try to keep it real, Dave. I tell you how it is. I don't have a man crush on anybody. I look at championships, not MVPs, okay? Not all MVPs. Right. Never. Dave, coming from a guy that won Coach of the Year in Cambria County Pop Warner Elite Football last year, what did I do with my trophy when I won that individual award and got knocked out by Terrell Reeves' team? What did I do?
You threw it away.
I threw that Coach of the Year trophy for the entire region, threw that son of a bitch right in the trash can. Why? Didn't mean
because I don't play for participation trophies.
I don't. Would you would have kept it and said, I won Coach of the Year. I wouldn't have done that. I didn't do that.
I would have put it on my list. Yeah, I would have kept it because I deserved it. That's why I would have kept it.
Well, you let your team down. Don't you think you let your team down then? I did.
I don't think I let my team down. If my team played their hearts out and that's the best, no, I would not have thrown it away.
No, we're wired differently, Dave. We're totally wired differently, man. All right, let me get to the comments. Eagles made a Super Bowl with AJ Brown. Yes. Kiss Lamb. I wouldn't kiss them goodbye. You got to sign them. I'd rather take them.
No, they're not going anywhere.
You keep them over Dak. I'll take Cousins $30 million. I'll take Kirk Cousins over $30 million a year. I'll take him over Dak. I agree with that 100%. Cousins isn't making $40 million plus. Based on his contract this year, he will be signing that lucrative deal. I think he will.
Yes, he will.
Anthony Adas checks in. What's Dak value if you trade him? Not a damn thing right now. Unless you're out there and you need a quarterback day one to give you something better than what you have, that's an option. But
I think a lot of teams would like to have Dak Prescott. To be honest with you, that's just me.
But here's the thing, Anthony. Let me know if you agree with this one here. Let's say if a team out there, let's just say if a Minnesota takes that bait, they sign Dak Prescott, they bite the $25 million, paying him. We lose $20 million or 22 off the salary cap, the dead space cap. We pay him, so you're only paying $25 million a year. Let's just say, what if he's better than the Vikings moving up to get JJ McCarthy? At least he gives you a better option at a higher price. What happens? You have to. The
Vikings have Sam Darnold right now, so why would don't make sense.
So you're saying Sam Darnold is better than?
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying I just don't see. I think the Vikings go in the draft and get McCarthy. To be honest with you.
I think they will too. I think that's where they move up. I think
that's where they move. Right. I don't think getting Dak is not the answer for that.
Murray was a 1-year fluke. They ran him to the ground 100% big time. Different offenses. Look what he did with the
Murray was a 1-year fluke. Okay.
We're running East and West versus North and South. Romo didn't have the O-line. That is true. That's why he had so many injuries. He was a choking guy. We're talking about Dak. Eddie Titles is the only. I agree. Eddie 100%. Titles is the only thing that counts. Dak fails in big games. 100% agreed. Dak is a big game failure. 100% agreed. Evan checking him out a big blue power. I'm talking New York Giants for Fed out there. Dak's got to go. 60 million is too much. Even 50 million is too much to me. Evan, honestly,
I don't think he wants 60. I think 45 would be fine with him.
Dallas should go and find their own party. They tried that with Trey Lance getting from a 5th round pick, but it's when you go quarterbacks like we're talking about in the draft here, it's a needle in a haystack. Nothing is guaranteed at all. But put money elsewhere. I agree with that. This year, Eddie, you're stuck with Dak Prescott.
Where are you going to put the money? Where elsewhere? Where?
CeeDee Lamb. You have to sign your contract.
Okay, and Parsons, right? What you just
have to do those two. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Dallas is going to be lucky. I agree. I think they finished 3rd in the NFC East this year. I really do. Washington and Giants have gotten better. I think the Giants are neck and neck with us. I think Washington surpassed us with the team that they're putting together and the coaching staff. It's time for a complete rebuild. I agree with that one too. After next season, though. Not this season, but after next season. I'd let Dak walk after this season. Agree. Keep Micah. I agree. Evan says Dak can't be reproducing a few, and he's Spencer Rattler in 3rd or 4th round. And trade him in the offseason. Now, don't get me started with Spencer Rattler. Please don't, Evan. Do not get me started with Spencer Rattler. Love the last name, but no. Spencer Rattler is your guy. He has a big arm and starts for cheap. To me, he doesn't fit this offense. He is a Dak Prescott 2.0, playing under Oklahoma, losing his job to Caleb Williams, then going to South Carolina. Hasn't really proven anything to me as well. Skip is correct about Dak. He is correct about that, but don't ever call me him because I keep it real with Dallas. I don't float their boat and say what that the media wants to say to keep him on a contract with ESPN. The only thing is Dak plays that counts as Super Bowl MVP. True. Eddie's Lamar, another regular season who fills the big games. Yes, exactly. He's the best running back.
But yet he got paid too, didn't he? Oh, yeah, that's right. He did.
But that's another team, Dave. We're talking about the Cowboys here. But how far did they get?
Didn't they lose in the 1st round?
Exactly. Doesn't matter.
Okay. But Lamar's getting his money when okay.
Okay. Why are you concerned with other teams though? I'm not.
I'm not.
But you brought up Kirk Cousins about his contract. Now you brought up, Lamar Jackson with his contract.
There's another guy, Daniel Jones, who got paid. Okay.
Okay, but you know what? They still have money under the cap, correct? We don't. Daniel Jones is available next year. Well, I hope him and Dak get a room somewhere. They could be the almost 2 overpriced quarterbacks in the NFC East without a job next year. Not in our division. 40 million is too much. I see around 40 million. That's the going price for
I think 45 is what he's going to get.
I think he's going to get more than that. He's going to ask for it, but he won't get it. Take Joe Milton in the 5th round. I'm still concerned about Joe Milton's arm a little bit. The draft is moving him up, of course. I thought he needed another year at Tennessee, honestly. I really did. Milton has a strong arm. He definitely has a strong arm. If with the right coaching staff and the right offense, I think he will be good. But Dave, let's get into this. What is your biggest draft need at 24 here, real quick?
We definitely need an offensive tackle.
Left side, correct? Left side.
Yeah, left side. Yeah, definitely.
Well, before we get into that, there is 2 options, Dave. Yeah, guys, if you're listening out there, Dave is like my little brother, man. We fight every 5 minutes, and then I'll call him 2 minutes later and say, "How's the kids? How's the family? How's the wife?" He's the same way with me. We fight about it all the time.
This is what we do, guys.
For you guys out there saying, like, damn, this is awesome. We got 87 live viewers saying, like, damn, these guys are going out. They're Cowboy fans, but Dave is like my little brother, man. So you guys got to understand that we fight all the time. I'm like the more crazy coaching style quarterback, fan. Dave is,
I'm just a fan that wants to win, but I believe in my own players. I believe in that.
I want the big great white shark when I go fishing. Dave wants that little bitty, that.
I'll take the catfish and I'm good.
Exactly. So you guys out there, that's just the way we are. If you guys are out there, these guys are crazy here.
Just give me the catfish and I'm good.
Exactly. Just like Evan said, it's all Evan's part of the team here as well. It's all love on the network. We fight about each other when we talk about each other, but at the end of the day, if I called anybody up there, just a couple of days ago, I had a bad moment and everybody texted me, "Are you okay? You okay?" Evan actually texted me the same thing. Just by reading one of my posts, he's like, "Are you okay, dude? I'm here." I appreciate that. But Dave, before we get into that 24th pick here, you said offensive line, left tackle.
Yeah, I think offensive. I think losing Tyron's a big loss, so I think they have to go offensive lineman.
But Dave, okay, let me ask you this real quick. I agree. Left tackle is a big need. Blind side for Dak Prescott. You have to have that suffice guy, plug and play guy. But Dave, here's an option though. What if Joe Alt plays right side? So somebody actually, remind me to talk about that, Dave. I want to talk about that too.
Go ahead.
Left tackle, of course. If the left tackle's not there, they're gone. And maybe it's a B-rate left tackle, which I don't want this, hold Dak Prescott side. Mm-hmm. What if a left guard is there? We take a left guard instead because, man, Tyler Smith can play left tackle, Dave.
Left tackle, yeah, that's actually not a bad idea too. If you think about it. I don't know who's there, who would be there at that point, but. There's
a couple out there. Graham Barton's out there. I love him. That's a big name I'm looking at too. Talking about him, but. Would that be an option, Dave? If 1, 2, and 3 left tackles not there, do you say, okay, well, there is this left guard. We know Tyler Smith can play left tackle. He's played left guard, left tackle. We can flip him, because he moved outside when Tyron Smith was out, and also when Jason Peters came in, played left guard there. He kicked out the left tackle, so we know he's good there, correct?
Sure, why not? Can't hurt.
But I really want left tackle, Dave.
I'm okay with left tackle. It's fine. I have a problem with that. Just go offensive lineman somewhere along the line. It's got to be left somewhere left side.
Mm-hmm. Eddie's supposed to be reading my mind here because I just mentioned the guy. Right? I just mentioned this guy's name right here. How about the guy from Duke? That is Graham Barton, offensive line from Duke.
Graham Barton. Yes, I've heard of him. Yes.
Eddie, thanks for reading my mind. I know Eddie's Cowboy. He's reading my mind.
I forgot about him. Yeah.
Yeah, Barton, he's awesome. I have him right there. He is one of my wish list players on the offensive line there, too. I do have a couple, Dave. The other key position, Dave, is center as well, man.
Losing Tyler really hurts.
Yeah. You lose a left tackle and you lose a center. A lot of people say, center. Baez wasn't the greatest center, Dave. We know that.
But no, he wasn't, but he was,
when you have camaraderie with Dak Prescott the last 2 years of being a starter, you learn that voice, that scheme, pass protection, pickups. It's a clear voice in your head. The center knows that's quarterback's voice. The quarterback knows the center's count. He knows what the butt cheeks feel like, basically. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So It's smart to have that guy. But, man, Baez is going to be a huge asset. The one guy I'm looking at, Dave, if he really falls, is Jackson Powers out of Oregon. This guy falls. He is my first-round pick.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Dave's size. This guy is really big also. He's 6'4", 320. Brilliant scout, run stopper, pass blocker, and he is really the floor general of that offensive line at Oregon last year. So I really love to see him if he goes. I don't think he falls that far. I think this is the top center in the draft. I think he's taken before us, but man,
there's a name that I know you're looking at.
Who's that?
There's a name, but he's going to go very early. I think that guy Joe Alt, Notre Dame.
He's going top 10, Dave. He's going.
Okay, so I'm saying I know you've gone there, but
Dave, I put on Twitter a couple of days ago, and I was talking. It wasn't actually Twitter; it was actually Facebook. No, it was. I forgot where the hell it was. Probably just arguing with the man or cry cross street. I don't know. But he mentioned Joe Alt. Paul, what are the possibilities if we move up and got Joe Alt? Thought about it, and I said, I think I told you this on the phone, Dave. I said, yeah, that's a great option to do, but here's the problem: you move all the way up. Mm-hmm. You bank on him at let's say you move up to. I think he's probably going to fall to maybe 6, 7, 8. No, not.
I would say, I would say between 4 and 9, 4 and 8.
Here's the deal with him. Why do you want Joe Alt? I said. He goes, Paul, you're a Notre Dame fan, And I'm like, yeah.
That's
He's
what
like,
I'm saying. You're a Notre Dame guy, so that's why I brought his name up.
but Dave, why do you want a right tackle? He plays right tackle only.
Oh, right side. Right. Okay.
Wouldn't make sense to me unless Terrence Steele got traded.
This is true. Yeah.
Doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make
Good
sense.
Point. Good point. I forgot he was on the right side. Okay. That's fine.
And that's the thing. I mean, yes, if he was left tackle, you know what? Hey, I might mortgage the farm and say, you know what? It is kind of a rebuild this year. This year going in.
Sure.
We don't know what next year is going to be. Let's just give up our first round next year because we're probably going to be in maybe, based on what I'm saying, probably about a 16 to 20, range for us next year. Give that up and go out and get your staple point left tackle, Joe Alt, but he's right side only, Dave. That's the issue.
What about J.C. Latham? What do you think about him?
J.C. Latham from Alabama, yes, I would take him in a heartbeat. I mean, as well, I think he goes a little bit faster than people think. I think the size. Alabama's a farm squad, Dave. You look at Alabama, you look at, Georgia. Those offensive line, defensive line, they go very quick. The SEC is like the NFL farm squad. So I think J.C. Latham goes a little bit quick as well.
I thought it was Latham. I said his name wrong.
Well, I call him Latham. I call him J.C. Latham is what I call him. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Couple comments. I'm sorry, I get behind on the comments here. Dallas could use another defense soon. I think that's going to probably be 4th, 5th round. I think that's a depth move for us.
Well, we don't have a 4th round pick. I don't think we have a 4th round.
No, we don't. We have a 24, 56, 87, and 174. So we don't have.
Yeah, I know we didn't. I know we have 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We don't have a 4th.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go defensive end right now. Honestly, I would probably fill our holes on offense because what I see, Dave, is what I need. Tell me if you think I'm right or wrong. I think left tackle, center, vice versa. Left tackle first because that is your blind side, of course. Left tackle, center. Oh, you got to go running back, Dave, which we'll talk about as well.
There's another guy I'm looking at here on the offensive line, Tyler Guyton.
Oh, God, please give me Tyler Guyton. I would take him in a second.
Oklahoma?
Yes. Huge run stopper, 6'8", big boy. The only problem with him is his pass blocking skill. Run blocking, insane. Pass blocking, he has, based on what people say and what I've seen, Dave, he has shorter arm technique, a little bit shorter. You want those guys to have longer arms, especially being on that left side, Dave, because you're playing wide out there. You got short arm distance. If I'm going against you, Dave, I'm a lot, bigger than taller than, arms are longer than you. I can put a swim move on your arms a little bit short. I can slap those down.
He's a 20 to 30 guys, and we're 24, so I'm thinking he's in that.
Even Eddie said it. Guy out there, that's a possibility too. That's to me at that point right there, I'm looking at best player available, left tackle versus center. That's what I'm looking at.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
He can play all 5 positions. Yes, he can. That's the thing too. He can play 5 positions as well. He played at Oklahoma a couple of years ago. He did do that. Barton. That's talking about Barton there. Yep. I don't want any OU linemen. You know what? Eddie brings up a great point there. As a coach, Dave, I don't like players that play in a hybrid, fast-paced offense, to me, because you really don't see that game in the trenches. We play in an NFC East, Dave. We know it's going to be physical, downfield football on the offensive line. Oklahoma guys are a little bit different. They play wide zone, fast, free football, which doesn't apply to our division a little bit.
What about Jordan Morgan, Arizona?
He's a name that I actually have on here. Jordan Morgan. I have him, Dave. Remember that name, okay?
6'5", 311. Big dude.
6'5", 330, Dave, from Arizona.
330, sorry. Did I say 311? I'm sorry. I meant 330.
Dave, remember how last year during the draft I gave you my 3 picks and I went 1, 2, and 3, first round, second round, third round? I'm going to do that at the end of the show here. Funny you said that name. Remember that name, Dave. He might be on my list.
Jordan Morgan?
He might be on my list, Dave. Funny, see, we argue, but we think alike sometimes.
We do. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we do.
I don't know what it is, Dave. I don't know what the hell it is, man. Maybe I'm rubbing off on you. You're rubbing off on me. I don't know what it is, but remember that name. Remember that name, man.
Jordan Morgan.
Yep. Can we get to Wisconsin Center? Okay, here's the deal. Wisconsin Center. I'm kind of scared of
We already had a Wisconsin Center. From Tyler from Wisconsin.
We had 2 of them back to back. We had Frederick and we had Baez back.
That's right. Yeah, Tyler from Wisconsin. Yeah.
Something about him. Either you get sick, hey, rest. God, hope you're doing great out there, Travis Frederick. We know you're doing better, but I'm kind of scared of taking Wisconsin Center because injury-wise, illness-wise, and then 4 years later, we trade the guy.
Tyler went to Washington. I'm so upset. I'm going to miss him.
He walked free agent, so I don't know.
I'm going to miss him. I liked him. I was a Tyler guy.
And they've always had centers. I mean, that's staple point. Barry, if you're going back from Barry Alvarez, this days in Wisconsin.
Doug Free, right?
I don't know if he was a Wisconsin guy, honestly. I don't know.
No, I'm saying, but he was a good center.
He was. You can go back to like Andrew Gerard. Remember him?
Andrew Gerard.
Yeah. How about let's say Tennessee tackle? That is named Fanshaw. He's going to be gone, Eddie. I don't think we can grab him at 24. If that is, that's definitely the plug and play guy. But I don't think he drops to 24. There's no way. No way.
Can the Cowboys trade go up in the draft or maybe a little higher? Like from couple
we'll
like
talk about
maybe
that. I was going to
12,
throw
10 or
that.
12.
I was going to throw that. Eddie says I don't want DN. Micah playing DN. I agree with that one too.
No, I don't either.
But you
No.
do have other players available, but we got holes to fill. Period. He says. Let me go through the comments real quick. I'm just going to read through them. Micah should be a linebacker. Run blockers who can't pass block are useless. Useless. Barton would be a better pick. Agree. Morgan is a second rounder. Eddie, remember that name. Best.
Yes.
I'm an Arizona fan. Yes, Eddie's from Arizona, so he knows all about that team.
He would know. Absolutely.
Barton, Jordan, and are the best defensive end. Okay. Mike Webster was a Wisconsin guy. Yes, he was. All right. So, Dave, let's talk about. So we're going to left tackle first round or center, correct?
I think so. I think that's the best bet for us. Yeah, I do.
I think so too. I think we either go with what you said there. I like Graham Barton if he falls to Jackson Powers is my number one center out of Oregon. Then I go Graham Barton, of course. One of those two guys I can't go wrong. I think they will be there. The two names that I really want to say are, God, man. Fanshaw, if he drops, I don't think he's going to drop, just like Eddie said. The other guy is Mims.
Okay.
I want him. If he's there, he's 6'8", big plug-and-play guy. That's what you need there. Good speed, playing in the SEC. I love him, too. I think he goes a little bit earlier before us. But the other guy, too, is, and maybe an A.J. Guyton. I might take him as well because that's what you really need on offense inside the ball.
Gotcha.
But let's go second round, Dave. Where are you going second round?
Second round. Oh, my Lord. Second round, where are we going to go? It's a good question. I'm torn.
You're torn?
I'm torn. Between running back, which I really think we need because
okay.
We don't have one.
I'll let you give yours first. I got to take a drink.
We don't have any running backs. Well, besides the two that we have now.
What's that guy's name? Your favorite guy?
Deuce Spawn.
No,
Rico. I love Rico. He's my man.
So you're going running back second round?
No, but I'm thinking running back either third or fourth round, or third or fifth round. I don't think second round. But that kid Jonathan Brooks from Texas isn't bad though.
Huge pickup. I mean, I think he's the biggest running back on the board for me. Jonathan Brooks out of Texas. I got him. And I got Benson out of Florida State as well.
Okay.
Coming those two are arguably 1 and 2 for me.
But but I guess defensive line. I mean, I don't know.
I'm going. Dave. To me, I'm going offensive line back to back center.
I go back to back. Okay, I wasn't going to think of that, but okay.
You have to. I mean, you lost Baez. You lost Tyron Smith. You got to fill those holes on the offensive side of the ball, right?
Right. Yeah. Good point.
I mean, the best available. I mean, if it's there, I'm going to go there. If I'm sitting in the war room, Dave, and I'm looking at Guyton's gone, Mims gone, this guy's gone. Well, damn, I'm down to my fourth projected offensive lineman, the plug and play guy here. It's not a plug and play guy. Hey, you know what? Jonathan Brooks is on that board. Well, I might as well take him before I get anything else because, you can look at 2 years ago, Dave, on the college football show, and even I said it to you before. Everybody looked at Bijan Robinson come out of Texas the last 2 years, right? I said if Jonathan Brooks was ahead of him, I think Jonathan Brooks would have went before Bijan Robinson.
Oh, what about that kid Patrick Paul from Houston? What do you think about him?
Too small. In a division like that. I mean, like I said, it's to me, it's a different kind of division, different breed ball. You want that big back. Texas is that big bully ball, Jonathan Brooks.
Yeah.
Florida State, Benson, hybrid guy, physical guy too. Lesser ACC division to me, which kind of makes me stand back a little bit. The guy that I really like, but I don't think he's a second-round pick to me, Blake Corum.
Michigan. Okay.
And it says,
what is it with us? What is it with this Michigan guys? I mean, come on, we have too many Michigan guys as it is.
Yeah, but you know what, Dave? Blake Corum, man. I mean, he's small. He's not the biggest back, but Dave, this kid is a winner. I mean, he runs behind that offensive line and he finds.
Evan seems to think so too. He said second round.
He's good. He's good. I mean, but I wouldn't take him in the second round. I think he's a reach at second. Third round, if he's there, Jonathan Brooks or Blake Corum there, I'm going there third round, but I can't take him in the second
I like the
round.
Blake Corum pick. I think that's not bad. It's not bad deal.
Evan says Benson too, exactly, for Florida State. I would take him in a second there.
Evan's a Benson guy too? Okay. All right.
Dallas can't afford any picks. Is a trade down its most likely option. No, I mean, even if you trade down, you're still going to have to pay these guys the money that you don't have. So you're going to have to find a way to get the money tree out somehow if a player, somewhere here or there. So plus, there are going to be players under contract that will get cut this year too, based on your rookies coming in too. So you can pull up between $3 to $5 million based on contracts that you release, which doesn't become dead space on a roster.
Right.
So you will have money to pay for that as well. But but Third round, Dave. I'm going to go best available left tackle, best available center, 1-2. Let's move on to the third round at
Okay.
87 here. So you are you going to go running back second round?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So what are you going third
That's
round then?
me. Do we need an edge rusher, or are we good with that?
You do. You need depth right now. I mean, I think you need depth there. I mean, this is your draft. Don't ask me. I'm not Jerry Jones today, Dave.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm asking you too. I mean, you're part of this.
Your draft here. This is your draft. I got offense. I got left tackle, center, vice versa, whatever.
I think we need an edge. I think we need an edge rusher too. I would go that Balin Trice from Washington.
Okay, you like him? Okay.
I kind of like him. Yeah, why not?
Okay. Third round, I'm going to go running back. This is where I go for my running back here. I'm either going to go 3 running backs is what I'm looking at. None are on the board. Then I'm going to go. Let me surprise you here, Dave.
Okay.
I'm going to go linebacker.
Tell me, are you going Notre Dame?
No, I'm not. No, that's the name I
okay.
want to talk about.
Because I know you gave the Notre Dame running back. That's who.
No, to me, he's a reach. I won't mention his name until we get to like the 5th round. If he's there, I will take him as a depth move. But yeah, I know you know I'm talking about too. But this may surprise you. Third round, I'm either going to go. If the running back is not there, I can pick up a running back, through free agents or whatever, just best decidable, whatever we have available. Name Zeke possibly pop in my mind a little bit. But third round, I'm probably going to go. Losing Van Der Esch hurts. Bringing in Kendricks is a little bit better. Demarion Overshawn's a little bit hurt. I might go linebacker. I might go linebacker or DN, a little bit depth here, Dave.
Okay.
Or if a wide receiver drops, I might take him. Never know. But that's where I'm going to go third round. It's hit or miss right now, but I will give you my 3 later on in the show, my names that I'm looking at. But, yeah, I'm going to go third round, either running back if it's there. If not, defensive end, linebacker, or possibly wide receiver.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this wide receivers line is pretty deep, too, this year as well. So
I got you.
All right, so no 4th round pick, Dave. We're going to be sitting there.
Yeah, no 4th round pick. Yeah.
The greatest thing is, though, Dave, we have a 1st round pick, of course. We have a 2nd round pick. We have a 3rd round pick. In the 4th round, we do need a cornerback, too, don't we? I don't think we do, Dave, because we're pretty deep. You got Bland, you got Diggs.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so,
I was thinking your boy from Notre Dame.
Who?
Cam Hart.
Now, Dave, as much as I watch this kid play, he's a ball hawk. He reminds me of a Kyle Hamilton that played safety, but I think he could have used another year, honestly. I really do, Dave.
Okay, another year?
He reminds me of Julian Love with the New York Giants that got traded to the Seattle Seahawks. He reminds me of that type of player. More of a scheme type guy, but he's not a nickel guy where you can play Diggs and Bland at the same time and move him inside. He's just not that guy. He's not that nickel dime guy. I can't see that. But Dave, we don't have a 4th round pick here, but
no, we don't.
But you know what the best thing is? If you don't have a 4th round pick like we do, get your coffee. Get your coffee.
This is true.
MonkeyColdCoffee.com, guys. Use promo code OOTB Sports at the checkout at MonkeyColdCoffee.com. 5 great flavors. The newest flavor, honey agave. Great flavors. Bourbon chocolate chip, toasted coconut rum, Ferula, Florida. I haven't got the honey agave yet. I'm about to get it. But also, if you guys like that, you want to spike up your coffee a little bit more flavor, get some barrel-aged honey, handmade, right from the factory there, all processed for you. Make sure to reach out to monkeycoldcoffee.com and use promo code OOTB Sports at the checkout. So after you get your coffee, we're back for the 5th round. Dave, 5th round here. What are we looking at? We won't go to 6th
round.
What are you looking at 5th here, Dave?
Oh, my gosh. I don't even know where to go, to be honest with you.
Well, all the holes we have, Dave, there's got to be somewhere you can go here, brother.
Yeah, I know. Well, we have the tight ends pretty good.
Oh, tight end stacked, Dave. We got 3 good ones here.
Tight ends are stacked. Receivers are Lamb's going to get paid. So I guess
we're praying about that. Yeah.
I'm guessing linebacker.
Okay, so you flipped it. You flipped to me to the 3rd, maybe possibly going there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any names stand out to you?
Not off the top of my head. No.
Okay. I'll give you one name. If you go linebacker, I'm looking at Ohio State, Tommy Eichenberg.
Okay.
I love this kid playing at Ohio State. I think he's one of the guys that I want to reference to. Luke Kuechly, Sean Lee, Van Der Esch type. Those type guys, and what I see in this kid, he's a motor, he's a ball hawk. And the biggest thing is when you have that middle linebacker like him, he's a floor, he's a field general. He sees the field before it happens. He's one of those guys that can make Overshawn and Kendrick be that guy. Not saying he'll be a plug-and-play starter, but he's pretty damn good.
There you
Pretty
go.
damn good. Pretty damn good.
I
All right, so
got
Dave, in the first round, you have offensive line, either center or tackle, correct?
Do we have inside linebacker? How are we doing there?
We're pretty good if Overshawn comes back, but you got to see the reason why I said linebacker 2 going early is I don't like Marquise Bell. He's very light, Dave, light in this division. And I said the last shit we talked about, I think it was off record, Dave, when I said to you, Marquise Bell's 205 pounds. That is, you're not linebacker when you're going against Saquon Barkley coming full steam ahead of you at in this division here twice a year. Probably 25 times a game.
I was thinking that kid Trevin Wallace from Kentucky. What do you think?
He's a solid guy. He's a solid guy, but I think that's kind of a reach as well. I mean, there are a couple guys out there that I would take first. Okay. Yeah, I agree with this one here, Eddie. I think moving ball back to safety, Marquise Bell back to safety, 100% agreed. I think he would be a better option.
Yeah, Marquise Bell was, definitely.
And that's the reason why if we get a good linebacker, a plug-and-play guy like, I'm just using the name out there as Eichenberg. The guy I really want, I think, is going to be gone, of course, is Edgerrin Cooper. Dave, I was so high on that name, Edgerrin Cooper.
Edgerrin Cooper? Okay. Yes. I mean, I'm just trying to fill Van Der Esch's shoes. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying. I mean, to me, Edgerrin Cooper is probably going to be the top linebacker coming out of the draft this year. I think he probably goes definitely first round, probably, before us, most likely. But if he's there, I would like to take him as well. But offensive line, you have to go first. But linebacker, I agree with what Eddie said there. If you get a good solid linebacker, plug that middle, a good hybrid guy, an IQ guy, you can move Marquise Bell back there because Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker, man, they don't fit the bill for me, Dave. They don't. And your boy Jordan Lewis doesn't fit the bill with me at safety.
I'm a J. Lou fan.
I know, Dave. I know, but they have not shown me what safety is about this year. You know what I mean?
Love J. Lou. He's my man. I was so afraid he was coming back. He was going to go to Washington to follow everybody else, but I'm glad he didn't. So.
If Cooper's there in the second round, exactly. Cooper, out of Texas A&M, the linebacker, God, he's a solid guy. Edgerrin Cooper, if he's there, that might be, I might just say, hey, Dak, run for your life. I don't care this year. I'm going out to get the best damn linebacker out there.
Are we okay at safety?
Well, it depends. If you get that linebacker, if you move Marquise Bell back a little bit, I'd be okay with it. But safety is going to be a reach right now, Dave. You got 2 holes on the offensive
There's
line.
one guy I'm looking at right now that I'm kind of like on the fence, though.
Who?
Malik Mustafa.
No, because I can't pronounce his last name. I don't want him.
Malik Mustafa.
I don't know. I don't know.
Wake Forest. Come on, bro.
Wake Forest. Oh, God, Dave. Wake Forest.
Yes, sir.
When I think of Wake Forest, I think 2 things. Sam Hartman transferred to Notre Dame, and the other name is in basketball, Mr. Fundamental, Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan. That's right.
When I think Wisconsin.
Timmy D, baby.
So I think about. I can't take a football player from Wisconsin. Wake
San
Forest.
Antonio.
I can't take a player from Wake Forest State in football. Sorry, I can't do it this year.
Why not? Can't hurt.
This isn't the Lion King, Dave. Oh, Mustafa.
I like his name. It was cool.
Mustafa, yes.
Mustafa.
Yes, Simba. It's okay, Simba. Okay.
All
right. But Dave, you have not filled the
I am your father.
All right there. It sounded like Darth Vader there for a second.
Same guy.
It actually is James Earl Jones. You're damn right about that.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. But Dave, I got a question for you here real quick. You have not filled the 2 players on the offensive line yet.
I haven't.
No, you got the left tackle, but you said screw it. I'm just going to put Josh Ball at center or Hoffman at center.
No, I didn't say that.
But you didn't draft the center yet.
Oh, I need a center?
Well, hell yeah! You want your boy ain't going to be seeing out the whole season getting $50 million. He ain't even going to have the chance to talk to Jerry at the end of the season, Dave, based on your draft.
True.
I'm looking out for you, boys. Much as I don't want Dak being a Prescott, next year quarterback, I'm looking out for the guy, Dave. I'm trying to protect him. You got the left tackle and said, you know what? Hey, we don't care about the center, Dak. We don't care about you, brother. We don't care about you.
You got me.
Hey, I'm looking out for you. Looking out.
Yeah, you look out for Dak.
Your boy, I trying to help you, Dave. Trying to help you.
I hear you.
Trying to help you.
How many centers are out there? I don't know.
Well, Dave, there's almost 300 centers going to be could be named in the draft this year, so you can take one of them. But I know you're not the biggest college guy, Dave. I know that, of course, But yeah, center I think is an option. I think that's 1-2 no matter what for us this
year. Okay, that's fine. I'm good.
I mean,
who are we looking at?
Jackson Powers, center, 1 or 2.
Jackson Powers, okay.
If he's there in the first round, I'm going after him. I'm going after Guyton first round. One of those guys are there. or the next best thing, left tackle is number one to me, Dave, because you got to.
It's got to be a left tackle. It's got to be a first round. It's got to be.
You got to stay on blind side of Dak Prescott. You got to control that left
You got
side.
to. You got. Yeah, exactly.
But if he's not there, I kick Tyler Smith outside, best left guard available. So we'll see how the first two. But Dave, last year I want to pat myself on the back really quick. I've never done this in my life before.
You do that.
I mentioned 3 names last year, Dave, and I got all 3 right on the first round, second round, and third.
Oh,
round.
you got the one right. I know that for sure.
We got Mozzie Smith. We got Shoemaker.
Mm-hmm.
And who was that guy that I said even before nobody even talked about him? Demarion Overshawn.
Demarion Overshawn. Yep.
1, 2, and 3, Dave. So this year, Dave, I know you're not the biggest college guy, Dave, but
I'm not.
How about you we'll make it easier for you. You give me round 1, round 2, round 3 positions, and I'll give you my position and pick up play. I'll name the player on my draft board, and you just name the positions on yours. How's that?
All right.
Make
left
it fair.
tackle.
We'll make it fair.
Left tackle.
God, Dave, it's only obvious, right?
You said name the position, so I'm doing it.
Okay. Left. I'm going center first round, Dave. Okay.
Okay. Center first round. You said Powers.
No, Dave. No. Okay. You want to go there? Okay. Fine. Take that off.
I said left tackle first. You said you're going center. I don't know.
Well, why you got to convert to what I do, Dave? This is your draft. You want to go left tackle first? You go left tackle because left tackle is a bigger option.
I said left tackle. That was my first pick.
All right. So you're going left tackle, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going center first.
Okay.
Because I think Jack. I'm going to give you my name here. So 87 live viewers remember this name, Jackson Powers.
Jackson Powers. Okay.
I'm going there center first round. Okay.
Love it.
Hey, so second round, you got left tackle, key position already sufficed. I said, screw it. Dak, now I don't care about you. Hope you get sacked. I don't care about your blind side. I'm going center first. Dave, where are you going second round?
Second round, center.
Now you're going center. Okay.
Now I'm going center.
Okay. I'm going left tackle here, Dave.
We're going opposites here. Okay, that's cool.
Well, the reason why I say this, you mentioned my guy, Jordan Morgan.
Jordan Morgan. Yep. I said him earlier. Yeah.
That's where I'm going second round, Dave.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm writing him down here. I'm trying to remember all these names that I like constantly, but wrote that down. So you got left tackle, center. I got center, left tackle. I flipped those. Round 3, Dave. Where are you going? This may
round 3. I am going. I'm going running back.
Running back. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I agree with you. I'm going to go running back. My name here. I got 2 guys. I'm kind of flipping a coin here, Dave. This is going to surprise you. You're probably never even heard of this guy, Dave.
I probably haven't.
Mustafa Simba out of the Lion King University.
Really? You can get out of here.
Yeah, there's no such thing, Dave. Anyway, no, I'm going to go Braylon
Mustafa Simba.
Here's the name, Dave. This is my out of the box prediction here. Round 3, running back, Braylon Allen
from
Wisconsin.
Oh, another Wisconsin guy.
Didn't have the best year last year, but he is nasty. Okay. Thank you, Eddie Allen out of Wisconsin. I love this kid, how he runs. He reminds me, not the stature of Ron Dane. Even he has like Corey Clement when he went there.
I thought you were going Notre Dame, to be honest with you. But
no, he's a read. I'm sorry. I love you, Audric Estime. I love you to death, brother. But you are not a 3rd round pick. You're possibly 4th and 5th round guy there. But those are my top 3, Dave. So
would you be shocked if he went 3rd?
Yeah, I would probably lose my marbles if he went 3rd, Dave. Eddie says, I don't like Wisconsin running backs. I agree with that one too, Eddie. I really do. They all failed, but I think this guy fits the system. Wisconsin has really opened it up ever since Alvarez left. They've opened up the offense there. They're a little bit more hybrid, of course. Losing Graham March, they bring in their other quarterback last year. So I think they open it up a little bit more. I like how he runs the ball. I don't look at – that's to me is like exactly – I know how you feel, but to me it's looking at, Ohio State quarterbacks. You go back with them, Terrell Pryor, going to those guys, the Fields, the Stroud, all these guys back in the day. Kyle McCord.
So Estime doesn't go 3rd round? Wow. Okay.
No, he's a 4th round, 5th round pick. Dave.
4th round guy? Okay.
Yeah. Dave, give me one guy that you think, or if you can name a guy that you think is your out of the box prediction that is so under radar that you would want on this team. If you don't have a guy, give me one position that.
Well, I'm going to say I'm not. positive on this guy. But I'm going to say I'm going to say running back.
Okay.
I'm going to say the kid from Clemson.
Oh.
I just had his name 20 seconds ago. I lost it. Will Shipley.
That's a good
Running
back.
back.
That's actually a good back, Dave. That's actually a really smart pick. Will Shipley is that guy. He's a fundamental runner, downfield, strength-wise, good ball catching out of the backfield. But I think that's kind of a reach too with Shipley.
Is that a reach? Okay.
I think it is. I mean, he shared the load last year. I'm drawing a blank with who he shared the load with last year at Clemson. But, man, I don't know. I think he would kind of be a reach. If he's there, maybe. He's not a starter, honestly. I think Freeman starts over him, honestly, but it would give you a nice punch, maybe. But I don't think you would need him because to me he's more of a Rico Dowdy running back, Dave, a physical guy with less speed, honestly. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If that seems fair.
Okay.
Eddie's out of the box guy is going to be Eichenberg. I do believe that guy. I mentioned him
Eichenberg,
earlier.
yes, Eddie, good pick.
I love him as a pick. I think the Dallas Cowboys. I can see him going in the third round if a Jonathan Brooks or Braylon Allen is not there. Most likely a Benson, is not there. I would love to take him. Corum possibly, but my guy, he's the son of an NFL Hall of Famer, and I think this guy could be possibly our third wide receiver.
The son of an NFL Hall of Famer.
I'm going to play a little game here, Dave. You can ask me a couple clues. I said the son of an NFL Hall of Famer. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. See.
And I said he could be third on the depth chart in the wide receiver room.
Is he a Super Bowl champion?
Multiple. We don't like the team that he played for, Dave. One of the teams that he played for.
We don't like one of the.
Especially the last 2 years, Dave. Well, not last year, but 2 years prior to that, we don't like his team.
We don't like his team.
Nope.
We don't. NFC or AFC?
NFC. I mean, they hit the nail on the head in the draft picking a quarterback at the last pick of the NFL picks. That's
NFC.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I'll give you 2 words, Mr.
Brock Purdy.
What team does he play for?
49ers.
Who's a Hall of Fame wide receiver for them?
Jerry Rice.
Yep. Brendan Rice. I want him from UFC. I want his son.
Yeah.
6'3", 210 pounds, hybrid ball catcher, ball speed. I think he blows the roof off there. I think he's a solid. Thank you, Eddie. Brendan Rice. Thank you.
Brendan Rice. Okay.
I love this kid. He is a ball catcher, and nothing but high praise from Caleb Williams talking about this kid that he should not even be falling to where people's projected. I think he is going to be a 4th or 5th round pick. I know we don't have a 4th, but you know what? I'm willing to give up my 5th round pick just to move up to that 4th round to get him. But it all comes down to who we draft because, to me, I have to go. I have to go Jackson Powers, a Jordan Morgan. He's not my first guy, but I have to go there. Running back, I'm okay with the Brendan Allen choice, but that could be the Eichenberg pick. That could be a top running back pick. But 5th round, I probably would move up 4th round, Dave, and honestly go after a Brendan Rice.
Okay. Sounds good.
Eddie says Caleb Williams' opinion doesn't count. I know that's saying a lot for him. I know that. But, watching, especially you out there, in Arizona out there watching the UFC games late in the wacky Pac-12, you've seen what Brendan Williams is, a high flyer, great route runner. He reminds me of not a Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm not going to put him in that category, but I think he is one of those guys that can catch a ball. And I think, coming from Stanford, going over to USC, I think, took him downfall, learning a new system, of course. But that's where I'm going to go, Dave. I'm going to go. That's my out-of-the-box prediction is Brendan Rice. And I hope
Brendan Rice? Okay.
Yeah, hopefully we get him. He's a solid pickup. But so many holes, man, and it's just – man, it's going to be crazy.
How many rounds is this year? 7?
7 rounds every year.
I thought it was 7. I thought I read
7 rounds, yep. But, speaking of that, Dave, you know what, man? When is the draft? Tomorrow night, Dave?
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock as far as I know.
Well, speaking of that, guys, make sure you tune in tomorrow night, the NFL Draft. You're on the clock, the Outbox Sports Entertainment here. We'll be live at 7:30 on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. We have the draft for you, first-round coverage, all live starting at 7:30. Join us with your predictions, all your your thoughts, rumors, and your trade options, whatever you have out there. And we'll be live talking about it. Numerous hosts from Out of the Box. We'll be on here live talking about tomorrow night.
So I guess is Caleb Williams going to be number 1?
Consensus, I believe so. Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Yep.
And Chicago's the team?
Chicago's definitely going to take him at number 1. Yep. I have number 1. I have Caleb Williams. Number 2, I have Jaden Daniels. Number 3, I have. This is where it all gets tricky here. The Patriots can trade out of there. I think they might trade out. And I think the Vikings might give up the ship, the farm, the whole city of Minnesota
Hmm.
to the New England Patriots. Either that or why not? Arizona Cardinals have 7 picks in the top 130 this year, Dave.
That's
Why
great.
not get 2 more?
Wow.
Why not get 2 more at 4? Because you have so many holes.
Right.
And trade back to 11 or 12 with the Vikings or the Broncos, gain another first-round pick for next year. So you have 2 next year. And then, you're sitting at 11, 12. You can still get a positive wide receiver. A Brian Thomas, a Keon Coleman. You can get these guys out there, Dave,
Gotcha.
We'll see, though. But make sure you join us tomorrow night. We'll be live tomorrow night.
So is Justin Fields still with he's still with the Bears, right?
No, he's with my team right across the street from me, the Pittsburgh Steelers now.
That's right, with the Steelers. That's right, he did.
Yeah, with Russell Wilson. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's right. I forgot about that.
I got a lot of thoughts of you. I got a lot of thoughts of you. Well, I'm glad you're thinking about me, Eddie. I really am. I appreciate that.
So, okay, so Justin Fields went to Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's there. He's there. Yep.
Is he back? He's backing up Russ, right?
Well, as far as they say, I mean, I think the job is open. I think he's there to mentor Justin Fields, honestly. But, with those 2 kind of quarterbacks, I mean, you got them both really cheap. Fields is really on his rookie deal, and you got Russell Wilson for $2.5 million. So you're not really in a bad place at all. If you have to, you got your quarterback for the future. So
Caleb definitely going to get picked to the number 1 then.
Starting with that nail quote, he's talking about Caleb Williams, the diva. Yeah,
he'll definitely be number 1.
Eddie, if you're not going to be on tomorrow, just chime in because I got a lot of thoughts about that too. I think he is consensus number 1, though. I really do.
Question. I know I'm thinking out of the box here.
We are out of the box.
That's what I'm saying. We're thinking out of the box. How many quarterbacks that went number 1 did not go as well as planned?
Dave, the funny thing is in 2021, okay, that draft class, okay, 1 quarterback out of the first 60 picks are still with their team. Mac Jones, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields.
Yeah.
All traded already in their first
all
years.
gone. Yeah.
The only one still there is Trevor Lawrence is still there.
With Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Sunshine.
He's the only one of the top 4 quarterbacks that's still on the roster of their drafted team.
Is that crazy?
Honestly, I think Trevor Lawrence should be on that list to be traded. I don't think he's lived up to his potential in the NFL.
Yeah, Sunshine hasn't. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I just don't think so. But, based on, exactly what you said there, Dave, when you have a top pick 1 through 4, basically, really thinking about it, if you don't hit the nail on the head and take that exact quarterback, dude, you could give up the farm and be in hell in the next.
I'm going back to previous drafts, like years past, and how many quarterbacks really made it as number 1? I'm saying,
to me, well, Purdy's Mr. Irrelevant. I really don't consider him anything, honestly, because he's so late drafted, like that.
Right.
Look at Joe Burrows. I mean, went number 1, injury prone, of course. It's something different too, that he's not panned out to what he should be, coming from Ohio State to LSU. But you look at these other quarterbacks, Dave, there's a lot of them that really hasn't panned out, honestly. I mean, you think about it.
Yeah.
I really can't really say that's one's like elite.
Guys like Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz came out, from North Dakota State, lit the fire on the league the first couple of years, but it really depends, going from North Dakota State, the Bison out there, going to the Philadelphia Eagles, it's a different scheme versus NFL versus college, and we see that.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm looking at guys like Ryan Leaf.
Oh, God, you had to mention his name?
I'm just saying, he was number 1, wasn't he?
I believe he was, because he went to San Diego, if I'm not mistaken. Chargers, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. That's a name. Oh my God. Mr. Ice Smoke, whatever he does, crack. I think he does now.
Right. I'm just thinking of the quarterbacks what number 1. Then
Well, you look at all the bust. I mean, you look at Sam Bradford, Dave. We mentioned that name earlier.
Right.
That was a
exactly.
bust coming out of there. The big contract coming out of college. He was a bust, of course. You look at all these quarterbacks. You got to hit the nail on the head, man. You have to. You know what I mean? Look at these quarterbacks. Dak Prescott, late 4th round pick there with Zeke.
Late 4th round pick.
That's fine, but to me, it was
still with the same team after 8 years, though. Kind of funny, huh?
Yeah, well, his time's numbered, Dave. His time is numbered.
No, I get it. It's like I'm just like quarterbacks that became number 1, but never really panned out.
See, there's 2 positions that if I'm number 1, I don't like I don't like picking, Dave. Honestly, if I'm a GM, I'm sitting there scratching my head. To me, it's number 1 is quarterback. If I'm sitting there and I need a quarterback, I get kind of scared because even though we're not in that position, could be next year, but at this point, I'm like, okay, Caleb Williams, great athlete, as Eddie said, a little bit of diva. Then I look at Jaden Daniels, one hell of a runner, a passer.
Right.
You know what? Played in an offense where he had to throw the ball. You know, and a great talent though. Then a Drake May,
Yeah, it's just gonna say
ACC.
Drake May. Yeah.
Then you go to ACC, lesser, competition, pro-ready style quarterback who didn't have the weapons versus Jaden Daniels, who had Malik Neighbors, had Brian Thomas Jr., USC, no defense, but Caleb Williams can run and throw the ball at any time he wants to. So
Okay, so when you look at Drake May, what do you see in the NFL in a Drake May? What can he compare to?
Comparing was, I really can't compare him, Dave, but I'll tell you what I like about him. Good size, great size.
Oh, size, definitely. The kids,
size, strength, mobility, and he reads his routes. He is, to me, the most pro-style ready quarterback. But the key word is but he has to go to a right team, Dave, that can solidify him with the weapons. He needs weapons to progress. He's not a rookie quarterback that can come in and sling the ball to, me and you playing wide receiver. He's not that guy.
Right.
Jaden Daniels, he's the most prolific quarterback that I've seen with his arm talent. He can run, he can throw, but the problem with him is he likes to, if the option, he reminds me of Dak in many ways, Dave, but a lesser size, lesser weight-wise, lesser stature. He looks at Brian Thomas Jr. or Malik Neighbors. If he's not there, he doesn't throw out of the backfield. He doesn't hit his tight end. He runs right away. I don't like that in the NFL. Number one, Caleb Williams. My God, this guy could be a generational talent if he keeps his head straight. You know what I mean? He could be that guy. If he stays focused and plays up to his potential, I think he probably could be one of the best quarterbacks, maybe in the next 10 years, most likely. He reminds me of Patrick Mahomes, but the only thing is his arm talent is not the greatest. It's not the greatest.
Gotcha.
I don't know, Dave. I don't know, man.
Well, I guess tomorrow we'll find out all the fun stuff that's going to happen in the 2024 draft.
Definitely. And he says, I don't like drafting quarterbacks in the top 10. I feel the same way. I mean, if you're the GM, if you don't hit on that, God, everybody hates you, man, 100%. You know what I mean?
I believe it.
Unless it's a special quarterback. Hell, look at Mahomes. They moved back into the first round and got Mahomes at pick 31 that year. I believe it was 30 or 31. They moved back in and picked him up. Nobody knew about him. And coming from Texas Tech, the Red Raiders, I watched him at Kingsbury coaching him. He was awesome then, but nobody thought he would be what he is in the NFL.
Right. Gotcha.
But Dave, you know what? Tomorrow night we got the draft, of course, and that's not the biggest draft coming up too.
There's a lot going on tomorrow night. My gosh, we have so much stuff going on.
Yeah, but we have a draft tomorrow night, which we're going to take care of here on Out of the Box, of course. But Friday night, there's another draft somewhere.
Yeah, there is.
What is this?
It's a WWE draft, a little SmackDown.
Okay, because we do talk everything here. The reason I'm saying is because I know Saturday night you guys have a live show, The Atomic Drop at 10 o'clock on Saturday night.
10 o'clock,
and
yeah.
Tomorrow, Out of the Box is going to be putting up a little bitty short overlay for you guys out there on Twitter, on Facebook. We're going to put a little short on YouTube. We're going to give Dave, Ken, Eddie, Adam, they're going to be giving me their picks, and I'm going to put them up there to see how they go on Friday night, to see who they pick for the SmackDown and Raw later.
That's going to be wow. That's going to be interesting.
So you put me on the spot, Dave. Who is SmackDown taking as their first overall pick?
That's a great question.
If I only had the answer, Dave.
I don't. Who is SmackDown?
You're on the clock.
I'm on the clock. Who's SmackDown going to take?
Mm-hmm.
The first pick? Oh my gosh! It can't be a champion because champions always stay in their brand.
Yeah, the champions are going to be what? Cody and
Cody and Priest.
Yeah, they have to stay on their broadcast.
Damian Priest got to stay in there. Well, Cody's actually SmackDown.
All right, so
Priest is Raw.
So if SmackDown picks first tomorrow on Friday night, then you don't have to take Cody Rhodes because he automatically stays.
Automatically stays on SmackDown.
So you have Cody Rhodes on your roster already. So who are you taking with the first pick? You have your quarterback already.
Honestly, my first pick.
Oh God!
I know exactly who would I take as. No. My first pick.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
Seth Rollins.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Eddie says Jey Uso.
I would take Seth Rollins to be my first pick. Going to SmackDown.
My first pick. I don't know who the hell I would pick. First pick, I would probably.
I mean, I don't know if that's going to happen, but that would be mine. Because I love Seth Rollins.
It's out of the box here, Dave. You know how we think here. We go.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I mean, you know why I say Seth Rollins? There's a reason I say Seth Rollins.
What's the reason, Dave?
Because a few years ago, I guess it was a little less than 10 years ago, Triple H was drafted to SmackDown, and it threw him. He was not ready for that. It came out of nowhere. And he had the water in his mouth. They said, Triple H go to SmackDown. His water spread out. So, to me, Seth Rollins would be the perfect pick to go to SmackDown.
What about LA Knight?
Oh, he stays on SmackDown. It's fine.
Dave, I got a question for you. You know, you guys do the wrestling show. I've been watching wrestling a while, but I've started kind of laid back on it because everything that's going on with football and everything that I have here with Out of the Box too. Regarding the draft, I mean, of course, the NFL, you don't know where you're going until you get the phone call from the coach or whatever, the GM in the green room, of course, or wherever you're at. Yeah. But during the WWE draft,
that would be the owner to call you.
But, yeah, I mean, I would call you and say, Dave, congratulations, you made another year for Out of the Box here. Of course,
I'll be lucky to get that.
But with WWE, it's of course it's all entertainment, it's all staged, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
I love how no matter what they already know, who's going here, what's going there when they're drafted. I love the reaction, like they really sell like I had no idea I was going there. Like they want to call their mom and say like, Mom, I made it. I'm on SmackDown.
Nothing beats when John Cena got drafted to SmackDown.
Speaking of that guy, what I did put on Facebook today, guys. If you're out there, if you're on Facebook, please reach out to us. OOTB Box Sports. We have a new Facebook page out there. All our live updates, breaking news out there. Make sure you join that group. It's all chats out there. Make sure you reach out to us, comment there too, because I did put on there, regarding the WB draft, and I said my first pick would probably be John Cena. You know why?
Why?
Because he follows Out of the Box Sports Entertainment.
That is correct. That's a great.
3 million followers out there, and John Cena we're in like the 100,000 people that he follows out of the 3 million that he follows.
That's awesome. I love. Oh my God.
No, isn't that something?
John Cena, thank you so much. We appreciate
it. If you're out there and John Cena can follow us, boy, you better get on Twitter.
John Cena's watching the show right now.
Yeah. But Dave, Out of the Box is going to be doing the. You guys are going to be on the Atomic Drop. What, Saturday night at 10 p.m.
Saturday at 10. That is correct.
Also, and I believe next Tuesday you have something going on as well, don't you?
Yes, that's extra innings, I believe. No, extra innings is Monday night.
It's Monday. Thank you, Dave. That's why I have you here.
Extra innings will be Monday night at 7, I believe.
Monday night.
Yes, Monday 7. Yes, that's correct.
And guys, I know we're relaying a little shilling bull crap here a little bit, but we do have a big schedule coming up for this season here. We're going to be going back to 19 live shows coming up there. And
real quick, you extra inning fans, if you are a fan of extra innings, we are not doing Tuesday night at 7. We will be on Monday night at 7.
Yep.
Because of the Sixers game being Game 5 on Tuesday night. So if it goes Game 5, that's one of the reasons why we want you guys to watch the Sixers. So you watch us on Monday night at 7. We'll definitely be on.
So what if you're not a Sixer fan, though, Dave?
Well, if you're a basketball NBA fan,
Okay. Yeah, guys, we do have 19 shows coming up here. I know it's a little bit early, but if you like, hearing us what we're talking about, we appreciate 87 live viewers chiming in right now. We appreciate that, where you're chiming in for. We do have 74 viewers from Twitter. 6 from Out of the Box Sports Entertainment YouTube page. So make sure you hit that like, share, subscribe button all out there. Follow us. Also, guys, this is one of the shows that's coming up here pretty soon. Out of the Box pregame show every Monday night. Myself and another host will be giving you from 7:30 to 8 p.m. whatever teams are playing. We'll be talking about all the teams out there every Monday night. Also, every Thursday night I'm going to be doing the same thing, and Sundays I'm going to be doing the same thing. Because here at Out of the Box, you know what the funny thing is? We don't just watch the town we live in. We watch everything else.
I'll tell you, that NFL is really kicking it out with Monday, Thursdays, and Sundays. It's crazy.
Yeah, you know what we got to do? Because Out of the Box here, we watch everything. We don't just watch the Kool-Aid flavor that you live in, Dave. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Monday nights are crazy. I'll tell you, the Sunday night games are night football games. That's insane, man.
It is. The only time we won't do a Sunday night game if the Cowboys play, of course. Dave and I always do a pregame and postgame show, so we'll make that into one show on Sunday night. The Cowboys do play, but especially on a Monday or Thursday.
Our schedule didn't come out yet, did it?
No, not yet. The teams that came out, but not the dates that we're playing or the times at all. Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
I was gonna say.
And also, guys,
When does that schedule come out? Do we know?
I believe it's like right there on OTAs day, if I'm not mistaken. I know a couple has been released because the Eagles play the Browns on opening day, of course.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Some have been leaked, of course. You do get those, of course, but that's why we always say, chime into the Out of the Box Sports Twitter and also Facebook page. We'll let you know as soon as we break news out there. We do keep everything out there, MLB, NBA, everything out there. And also, guys, coming in the next 4 weeks, I'm proud to announce I don't have the description yet for us, but you guys know the very first show I ever started here myself here was UFC Fight Club 215.
Yeah, your UFC is big again. Yeah.
Fight Club 215 is not coming back. That is dead to the network here, but we do have a new show coming pretty soon, and it's going to be Inside the Octagon with myself and another co-host me joining me from Indiana. Good person I speak to on Twitter. Going to shout out his name. His name is Josh. He's going to be joining me. So we'll be back in about 4 weeks, right before UFC 302. We'll be live on there, giving you all of our picks. It's most likely going to be a Monday night as well. So we're not sure, or a Tuesday night. We're not sure yet. We're going to think about how we're going to do it. But make sure you stay tuned. UFC in the Octagon is coming back pretty soon, and I am so about the UFC.
I know you are because you're a big UFC guy.
I love the UFC, huge. That's why you guys yell at me on Friday night if you have the atomic drop, or Saturday night I can't chime in because I'm watching UFC, Dave. You guys know that. I got the
from like noon to like midnight.
No, Dave, come on, noon to midnight. No, it usually starts at 5 with the prelims. Dave.
Oh, close enough.
5 to like 1 in the morning.
All right, 5 to like 2 in the morning.
Yeah. And also, I want to give a shout out real quick to one of our good friends, Trayshawn Wiggins. He's going to be fighting May 31st in Miami. Feel sorry for him because I know he's going to win this, but what he's being done with down there is he's been getting the raw end of things. NABA welterweight champion of the United States, getting the raw deal. He's not getting the boxers that he needs to be fighting to move up the ladder, of course, in the WBO. But Trayshawn, we know you're going to hold your own. Knock this son of a bitch out there. Just like last fight when Adrian Broner was supposed to fight this guy, you stepped in and fought him and knocked him out in 35 seconds. So
Trayshawn's no joke, bro.
But believe me, I know I've been knocked out by him.
I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Trayshawn's no joke.
Yeah, if you live viewers don't understand that, what Dave and I are talking about, I live near Trayshawn up here. I go to his gym once in a while. Good friends with him and his trainer, Brock Cole. Of course, the Castle Boxing right over here on Fairfield Avenue. I checked them out as well. Got in the ring with Trayshawn for about 10 seconds. And I hit Trayshawn one time. I just heard one word come out of his mouth. I'm not going to repeat the word. But after that, he looked at me, and all I said was good night. And all I remember was let's put it this way. Smelling salt is real, and it works.
It was Trayshawn hitting you, and you hit the floor.
I don't remember how it happened, Dave. I think I put up a fight, but all I remember was my words were, "Where am I? You're on the ground."
Anyway, Trayshawn's a very good friend of Out of the Box Sports, and we appreciate that. I actually talked to Trayshawn. I was very honored to talk to Trayshawn.
Yeah, good guy, good friend of mine as well. He's more humble than anything in the world. You wouldn't even know he's a champion. He's a people person first.
Nice guy. Very nice guy.
I'll wish him as well. So, Dave, you know what? Hey, what's the final thoughts? Because we haven't done final thoughts in a while because Dallas Cowboys haven't done anything to talk about, man.
Well, I hope what we haven't done anything. We're all in though, but we're all in, whatever that means. It's funny this morning. I got to say this morning. I was watching FS1, I think it was, right? And not FS1. I was watching the Carton show.
Who?
And
Carton?
Yeah, no, Carton. Greg Carton.
Oh, I think you said South Park, like Eddie.
No, Carton. Greg Carton show. Anyway, they were talking about Jerry being all in, and so Amanda walks into the kitchen. She goes, "We're all in this year." I'm like, "Yeah, we're all in. Yeah, we're definitely all in." I'm like, "We're not all." That's what it says. All in. I'm like, "Shut up."
That's the key point of being a Dallas Cowboy fan. No matter where you go, if you yell, "We're all in," they say, "You said that 25 years ago." The same thing every year.
We're still all in. Whatever that means with Jerry, I don't know.
Yeah. Give me some final thoughts, Dave.
Final thoughts. God, I hope we do well in the draft. Cowboys always draft well. They normally do.
Sure.
That's they've been doing that for years. They've been drafting pretty well. So I don't think they'll be bad at that. If you're watching the draft, enjoy it. I know it's like the Super Bowl for everybody. Comes once a year, and everybody, like first round, everybody loves to watch the draft. So enjoy the draft. Enjoy, and with your family, and if your team's in the NBA playoffs or NHL playoffs, good luck to your teams too. So so we got the Sixers and down 0-2, but hopefully they can turn it around tomorrow night and see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see.
So,
well, my final thoughts are, first and foremost, be safe without everybody out there. If you have loved ones out there, make sure you hug them, tell them you love them, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. Everybody's health a little bit different. So waking up in the morning is a blessing. That's first and foremost. Number two is, I want a good draft tomorrow. I really do. I want to get our position players to suffice a good team coming up for this year. As Dave said, we're all in every year, and to go all in, you have to have the players to, fill a roster around you. And I'm not just talking bodies. I'm talking players of caliber that fill your roster spot. So, just have a good draft tomorrow. Make sure you tune in to Out of the Box Sports Entertainment, 7:30 tomorrow night, live draft with many of the hosts. As one of the comments tonight, Eddie will be chiming in tomorrow too. Dave most likely hop in. Joe, Ken, Eddie, myself, Dan's going to be hopping in. We're going to have a lot of live viewers in tomorrow. Evan's going to try to hop in too. So, out there, just make sure you subscribe to Out of the Box Sports Entertainment on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. We do this for a reason. It's the number one reason. It's not because of me. It's not because of Dave. It's not because of any host, any show. It's because of our live viewers, and we wouldn't be here without you guys. So I want to say thank you to all the live viewers out there, and make sure you subscribe to us for any entertainment coming out there. If you want to start your own show, please let us know. We're more than open to that. One person reached out to me, Josh from the UFC. He's going to be hopping on to me. We're definitely doing a show together, and that's all it takes is if you're passionate, you're loyal, you're committed, you're knowledgeable. That's what all Out of the Box Sports Entertainment is all about.
Yeah, definitely. We appreciate everybody that chimes in. We really, it means a lot to us. Believe me.
Definitely. Well, Dave, you ready to get out of here? It's been a while since we said get out of here, huh?
It's been a while since we've done the show, so.
Well, Dave, when you have nothing to talk about, man, I mean, it's kind of hard. You know what I mean? We could argue all the time, Dave. You and I
we could argue all we want, but this is true.
And lastly, guys, all the live viewers out there, if you watch the show, we now have 74 live viewers. But if you watch the whole show, most of we've been up to like 70 for the whole show. You see Dave and I argue. This is what it's all about. When you have two fans that see our Cowboy fans, no matter what, or a sports team in general, that agreeing is fine, but disagreeing is better because it shows you how passionate you are about it.
Makes it more fun.
And that's what it's all about, too. And you know what? You guys might think I hate Dave. Dave hates me, but Dave's my little brother, man. I hope you guys
There are times where we just can't stand each other, but we're here. So
yeah, Dave, I can't stand you right now, brother.
The feeling's mutual.
I love you, Dave. I love you, brother. So Dave and I will be talking about 5 minutes after the show on the phone till like 2 a.m, saying, "What about this? What about that?" I'm like, yeah, you're right, Dave. You're right. Yeah,
definitely.
But Dave, it's been a while since I said this to you. Get us out of here, Dave.
Get us out of here.
Get us out of here.
What do you?
As we always say, Dave.
Go, boys, go!
You already know. We'll see you next.
Let me talk to you. Yeah.
You already know. We'll see you next Wednesday night, 9:30 prime time. 215 Boys. My name is Paul Spencer. That is the showstopper, Dave Yarnell. Until next week. See ya.
Later.